So now what happens is, what I forgot to tell you was, in the first seminar, or the first part of the lesson, is when you make it a perfect square, notice my coefficient of x squared is just 1. This rule doesn't work if the coefficient of x squared is not 1. So what happens if I give you a problem and the coefficient of x squared is not 1? Well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to make it 1. I've got negative 2x squared, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide everything by negative 2. So then I get x squared minus 9x and then plus 9 equals 0. Now I'm going to do the same thing I did on the previous page. First thing I want to do, I want to move 9 to the other side, so I want to minus 9 from both sides. So then I'm going to get x squared minus 9x equals negative 9. So now I'm going to go to the side. I'm going to take half my middle term, so I'm going to take half of negative 9. And I'm going to square that. Well, half of negative 9 is negative 9 over 2. And I'm going to square that. Well, that will be 81 over 4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 81 over 4 to both sides. So when I factor the left-hand side, it'll be x minus, and then the square root of 81 over 4, I know, because I just did my work here, is 9 over 2. So x minus 9 over 2 squared equals, now, I need a common denominator here, don't I? My common denominator is going to be 4. So my second term, I'm just going to leave as 81 over 4. But my first term, that's right now it's over 1, so I have to multiply by 4. So 4 times negative 9 is negative 36. So in other words, I get x minus 9 over 2, the quantity squared, if I take negative 36 plus 81. So let's clear that. Let's go negative 36 plus 81, and I get 45. So equals 45 over 4. Now, I want to get x by itself. So I take the square root of both sides. And so I'll get the absolute value of x minus 9 over 2 equals the square root of 45 over 2. Well, I want to simplify the square root of 45. So then I'm going to say, go over here, I'll make my factor tree for the square root of 45. What goes into 45? Well, 5 times 9. And what's the square root of 9? Well, that's 3. So this is 3 square roots of 5 when I simplify it. So then we get the absolute value of x minus 9 over 2 equals 3 square roots of 5 over 2. So then what I'm going to do, I'll make my two cases, but I think I'm just going to write it as plus and minus. So when I get rid of the absolute value, I'm going to say x minus 9 over 2 equals plus or minus 3 square roots of 5 over 2. Well, to solve for x, to get x by itself, we're going to add 9 over 2 to both sides. So x equals 9 over 2 plus or minus 3 square roots of 5 over 2. Notice you have a common denominator. Sometimes you'll see it written as 9 plus or minus 3 square roots of 5 all over 2. That's the exact answer. At this point, then I could take my calculator. I could take 9 plus 3 square roots of 5 divided by 2 and 9 minus 3 square roots of 5 over 2. But I'm going to leave it as an exact answer here. I'm just going to write my, because in math we like exact answers.